everyone. Thanks again for your attention and for your time. Now today we'll see what happens to the cells every day as we age. Now this is what happens as we age. Now this is a cell that is the functional unit of the human body. Now every time time passes, and after every cell division we produce cells. Okay, we produce 2, 3, 4. Okay, and normally we could produce a cell that is equal to the previous cell during DNA copy. That is, if the DNA was copied in the right way, we will have functions in this cell similar to the previous one. Now what happens when the repairs in the cells, in the DNA or in the genes do not react the way they have to react? We have toxins that increase and impede the functions of molecules in the cell metabolism, such that after a cell division we produce a cell that is less functional than the previous one, or that has slower repairing capacities with respect to the previous one. And we may call the cell an ill cell, or a cell that is going through aging, or a cell that will go ahead causing diseases. Now, if we do not cure ourselves adequately, normally we could neglect ourselves. If we eat badly, if we have a bad lifestyle, we're stressed all the time because the system keeps us stressed all the time. What happens is, as days or weeks or months or years go on, we produce a cell that may be equal to the previous one, but then because the cell repair is not perfect, we will produce a cell that is less functional with respect to the previous one. And this is the same thing that happens to the cell that has less functions. We will always produce a cell that is less functional with respect to the previous one. And that is why at a certain point we grow wrinkles, or we get ill after 50 years old, we grow hypertension, we have tumors, or we have many other problems. Simply because the processes of repair in the cells and the DNA and the genes always get slower, or are always less adequate. So we will always grow cells that have capacities or functions less than the previous one. So this is a period when we may start, for example, feeling ill because our functions are not really sufficient to be able to maintain the normal physiology in our body. So after every cell division, we produce a cell that is older than the previous one. Okay? And the same thing will happen, yet especially with the cells that have less function. So we will always grow cells that are less functional with respect to the previous ones. Like this is less functional than the previous one, and less functional with respect to the previous one. So most people, or let's say close to 30% of people around the world, will start using drugs to be able to cure themselves, because their cells are less functional and they will have problems. We tend to pay more attention to the problems we have when we start having symptoms. But normally, These processes in the cells actually start by an imbalance in the cell that causes oxidative stress. After oxidative stress, we have damage in the cells. And these are the damages that occur in the cells. Now, from the cells, given that the cells create tissues, and tissues create organs, organs create an organism, and an organism, all interconnected, creates a system that is us, a system. The cells normally give us an idea of what's going to happen, on the long run. So if we are able to know what's happening in the cells, before they go to the tissues and to the organs, to the organisms, we will be able to stop the problem. Today, when we do diagnosis, we actually face the problem when we are at the level of the damage in the organs, and that is a period that is late. Okay, we need to start taking care of ourselves, thinking about a functional unit, that is the cell. In the next video, I'll show you what happens when you treat the cell in the right manner. I'll show you what happens as you age, treating yourselves in the right way, at the right time, with the right product, with the right quantities, most especially, so that we can grow healthily as we age. And that is what we all want. So I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for your attention.